Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport and our first Formula E review of the year, because the first e-Prix of the year came to us from Mexico. And there was a lot of changes on the grid, a lot of different drivers, quite a few different teams. And it's going to be interesting to see how they all got on. I did not call Jake Dennis dominating this one, but we barely saw him. It must be annoying for the sponsors. You spent all this money to try and get your car on TV, and yes, your driver's winning and doing everything you're telling them to, but they're winning by so much, they're never on camera. I wonder if they actually use that in negotiations over funds and where the money gets spent and whatnot. I don't really understand how the sponsor thing works, because surely it's not great value to be winning, but you can't exactly ask the driver to slow down. But Jake Dennis, this race, he was untouchable. He got past Grassi and that was it. He was gone. I think he won by about 5 seconds in the end. Pascal Wehrlein in the Porsche, he was second. Great result for him. A great start to the year from Porsche. Antonio Felix da Costa was in the points as well. That's what Porsche need, a bit more stability. They need to be near the top end of the points all year, at least with one car. Either or. I think Wehrlein's probably the better choice to go for the championship, and this is a good way to start the year. I think Formula E is very difficult to keep this up all year, and if Pascal Wehrlein, he needs to keep it up. It's not a case of you can get away with a few instances. In Formula E, it's so wide open. You need to just grab every point you can. And for the rest, I think Lucas di Grassi was definitely driver of the day. He had to do some very hard work. He's definitely replaced Trulli as the train driver. He held up Jake Hughes, who I said would be terrible and actually did a really good job. Andre Lotterer, Sebastian Buemi, and I think Antonio Felix da Costa was catching them as well. They were all just in a line behind Lucas di Grassi, who had to conserve power, and he held them off lap after lap. Jake Hughes tried, couldn't get past him. Eventually Andre Lotterer did jump Jake Hughes, I think possibly on the last lap, and he finished 4th. Buemi was 6th and Costa 7th. But yeah, Lucas di Grassi held on for 3rd, a great podium. He's definitely looking for a race win this year, because I believe him and Sebastian Buemi are tied for the most wins in Formula E. So it's something for them to fight for. They are old rivals after all. But he could have taken this win. I think di Grassi was on pole, wasn't it? Yes, he was on pole. So the Mahindra clearly has some pace at the moment. Whether they can keep up over the year remains to be seen. Oliver Rowland was nowhere. I think he spent most of the race in last. Actually, as for cars that didn't finish, I think I said Robin Freins is a really consistent driver and he'll be somewhere in the points pretty much every race. First retirement of the year. So, well done me. That was my fault. I cursed him, clearly. Sam Bird as well, another driver I keep saying is, yeah, he'll do really well. No, I think it was drive shaft or something. Eduardo Mortara is a driver you don't really expect to make too many mistakes. He spun on his own, hit a barrier. Don't know if there's something wrong with his car. It just seemed like a strange spin, but maybe he was just going too fast into the corner and lost it. Maserati, it was a little bit disappointing not to see them score points in their return. I think Günther finished 11th in the end as others dropped out with energy issues, including Jean-Eric Verne actually. He was in the points towards the end, but I think he ran out of energy or hit a mechanical issue or something basically on the line, and he finished 12th, so no points for Verne. But reigning champion Stoffel Van Dorn only managed 10th, so he only gets a point. And DS Penske themselves only got a single point. Other drivers in the points, Nick Cassidy managed to get in the points, as did Mitch Evans. I think that pretty much rounds it out with da Costa, Buemi and such above them. But yeah, so no points for Maserati and no points for Neo. I believe they're the only teams that didn't score points at this one. I think everyone else did manage it with at least one driver. Maybe not Nissan. I think Sasha Finestras was running in the points at some point and must have dropped back, but I don't even notice him. Norman Nato retired as well, which was actually a bit of a shame. I think he could be a good driver this year. But yeah, I mean, this wasn't the best Formula E race ever, but it did have its moments, and it definitely livened up towards the end when you had Grassi trying to hold off 20 other cars. Definitely the best moments of the race right at the end. Don't think that says a lot about the whole race, but I mean, the end of it's worth watching. Formula E, I think, is back in a few weeks. I don't think you have to wait that long. I think it's in February, but it's not too long. There's loads of other motorsport going on right now, though. Got Formula 4 in the United Arab Emirates and Formula Regional Middle East. They're both free on YouTube. I believe the Bathurst 24... No, not the Bathurst. The Dubai 24 Hours is on at the moment. I think that's free to watch somewhere, possibly on YouTube or on motorsport.tv. Formula Regional Oceania is free to watch on Motorsport TV. What else is it? Dakar, extended highlights everywhere for free. And of course, Formula E, I believe they showed it on the Channel 4 Sports YouTube page. So you can watch that for free. So you can watch a hell of a lot of motorsport this weekend and pay absolutely nothing. That's pretty decent. I'll be back with more free content as well. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm thankful to everyone who has recently. And I'll be back very soon. Probably, maybe tomorrow actually, funnily enough. So yeah, make sure you subscribe. Thank you for watching and have a good one.